Okay, I'm gonna film leaving the house and going back towards Sulphur Springs, just so you can see the road and the area. Oh, that's telling me there's a tree behind me on the other side of the road. There we go. There's the neighborhood. There's a new house on the right. A lot of the lots here on the right were for sale a couple years ago. So they're all new homes over here on the right. So you can see this is a bit of a hill. If it was icy, it'd be hazardous, but our ice doesn't last very long here generally. Now that I said that, watch us have a giant ice storm right after you move here. Now we're headed back into Sulphur Springs. On the left is Sulphur Springs Baptist Church. Sulphur Springs Elementary is right up ahead. It's a K-8 school. The kids from there are zoned in for Daniel Boone High School. As far as public schools go, you can't really see the school. It's over there up the hill. And then on the right is Sulphur Springs United Methodist Church. They just built a new sanctuary. They had to tear down the old one because it was unsafe or something. There was some sort of building inspection. They had to tear it totally down and rebuild not that long ago. Volunteer fire department, and there's a little restaurant here. It's been several different restaurants, but they don't seem to last, which is sad because I've been to them all and they're good. The Granite Company here on the left. So it's just a small town. There's no grocery stores or gas stations here. If you went the other way about 1 mile, well, maybe like 1.25 miles, there's a Dollar General and the Trailblazer, which is a gas station and convenience store. This way is heading back toward the interstate, toward Gray. This area, the zip code is Jonesborough, although this area is called Sulphur Springs, but all the Sulphur Springs addresses are actually Jonesborough. left here, there's a couple like older subdivisions, maybe, you know, from the 70s or 80s that are nice. Most of the other area around here is farmland. If you see the house on the hill on the right, it's out of view now, but it's an older farmhouse, well over 100 years old. A friend of mine owns it, but it's like, it's supposed to be haunted, and actually one of the ghost hunting shows came and, you know, like investigated it. So that was kind of interesting. Local, because they had a lot of scenes from around the area. Another church here, Gray Church of God, which I think is funny because I wouldn't call this part Gray. I call this Sulphur Springs. Up around the corner I would call Gray, but it kind of blurs. I live right up here actually, and we're listed as Sulphur Springs, like for the power company, but our address is Gray, but everybody around us is Jonesborough, so it's kind of odd. And right there is Daniel Boone High School, which you can find easily on a map. And then if you go straight, you hit the interstate.